Tonight, our special transmission as a U.S.-assisted operation to rescue Israeli hostages kills over 200 Palestinians. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Zahra Sayed. Today is the 249th day since the onset of Israel's war. In the past 24 hours, Israeli airstrikes have killed 40 Palestinians. 218 have been injured. In southern Rafah, Israeli attacks have killed 5 civilians and injured 30 others. The victims have been taken to Nasser Hospital. However, their treatment remains impending because of a power outage at the hospital. An airstrike late evening yesterday on a residential building in Gaza City has killed 6 Palestinians. The casualties include a child and 2 women, from which one was pregnant. Palestine's International Atomic Energy Agency representative Saleh Abdel Shafi is urging for an investigation into Israel's use of depleted uranium ammunition. Israeli forces have attacked Palestinian refugee camps in the occupied West Bank. They have damaged infrastructure and targeted residents. The death toll from Israel's war is staggering. At the time of writing, at least 37,124 Palestinians have been killed. A revised report by the United Nations estimates another 10,000 civilians are buried under the rubble. 84,712 have been injured. Israel's death toll from Hamas's attacks stands at 1,139. Israel stands accused of genocide at the International Court of Justice. The court has ruled that Tel Aviv immediately halt its operations in the southern city of Rafah. Israeli Minister Benny Gantz has resigned from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's war cabinet. His departure removes the only centrist presence from the leader's far-right coalition. Gantz announced his resignation at a televised news conference where he expressed frustration with Netanyahu's handling of the war. Gantz had previously threatened to leave if Netanyahu did not present a post-war plan for Gaza. He is calling for early elections. Despite his resignation, the ruling right-wing coalition's parliamentary majority remains intact. Gantz says lawful protests are very important for national unity. He is calling on Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant to do what is right. In response to Gantz's resignation, Netanyahu has urged him to not abandon the front. A hospital in northern Gaza has reported a troubling rise in child malnutrition. It reports 50 cases recorded in a single week. Hossam Abu Safia, director of Gamal Adwan Hospital, says the overall situation in Gaza is catastrophic. He is warning of an impending famine and says treating injured civilians is very difficult as there is a severe fuel shortage and restricted medical services. The ongoing war and Israeli-imposed restrictions have led to critical shortages of food, water, medicine, and fuel. The humanitarian crisis has worsened after the Israeli army took control of the Rafah land crossing with Egypt in early May. This escalation continues despite a United Nations Security Council resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire. Israel has been added to the United Nations' blacklist for committing abuses against children in Gaza. The news comes as the United Nations has released its annual report titled Children in Armed Conflict. The report will be presented to the Security Council on June 14th. The decision has sparked outrage. Israel's UN ambassador Gilad Ardan condemns the listing. Ardan calls Israel's army the most moral in the world. The report has added Palestinian groups such as Hamas and Islamic Jihad to the blacklist. The United States' supported military operation to rescue 4 prisoners from Gaza this past Saturday has killed over 200 Palestinians. The complex daytime operation was backed by U.S. intelligence and logistical support. Videos show a helicopter taking off from Gaza's beach. However, U.S. officials denied the use of the pier in the operation. Israeli forces bombed Nuseirat, killing at least 236 Palestinians. 400 have been injured. Most of the casualties include women and children. Hamas condemns the involvement of U.S. officials. The group accuses the Biden administration of complicity in war crimes. The 4 rescued captives were taken to the hospital in good health. The operation also saw the death of an Israeli military commander. Protests have erupted in Israel, demanding a permanent ceasefire to secure the release of all prisoners. The United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken has arrived in Cairo, Egypt. The visit is aimed at brokering a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Blinken's tour includes stops in Israel, Jordan, and Qatar. After his meeting with the Egyptian president, Blinken is scheduled to travel to Jerusalem for talks with Benjamin Netanyahu. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh is accusing Israel of obstructing ceasefire efforts. He also criticizes the U.S. for its role in recent attacks on Nusayrat, killing more than 200 civilians. Another Hamas official is urging the United States to pressure Israel into a permanent ceasefire. He has indicated the group's willingness to engage positively with any viable peace proposal. The U.S. is pushing for a 3-phase ceasefire proposal. It includes the release of prisoners, a temporary halt in hostilities, and a potential withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza. The news comes as Netanyahu faces political challenges in his coalition government. Netanyahu has been rejecting calls to cease all fighting until Hamas is eradicated. State Department spokesman Matthew Miller says Blinken would use the trip to discuss how the ceasefire proposal would benefit both Israelis and Palestinians. Saudi Arabia's Minister of Hajj and Umrah is facing backlash for declaring that political slogans will not be allowed during Hajj. Tawfiq al-Rabia's statement has been perceived as a reference to free Palestinian sentiments. It has sparked widespread criticism. Al-Rabia emphasized that Hajj should remain a peaceful religious observance, free from political expressions. However, many Muslims on social media argue that Islam inherently combines worship with political consciousness. Critics also accuse Saudi authorities of double standards. They say praise for the crown prince would not face the same restrictions. A post from the official account inside the Haramain says prayers for Palestinians are not banned. However, political slogans are not allowed. London police are seeking a male suspect in connection with an arson attack believed to be hate-motivated. The incident occurred Saturday night on Water Oak Drive. A man set fire to the front porch of a house displaying Free Palestinian signs. Police and fire crews responded and extinguished a fire. Damage from the fire is estimated at $30,000. No injuries have been reported. The house has faced multiple theft and property damage incidents since May. All incidents are believed to be connected. The suspect is described as a medium to heavy-built man, ranging between age 30s to 50s. He was wearing gray shoes, dark pants, and a light gray zip-up sweater. The community has expressed concern. The incident comes soon after the 3rd anniversary of a hate-motivated attack on the Afzal family. The attack killed 4 out of 5 members of the same family. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad. Assalamu alaikum.